Hey Gemini, your goal is to find these green bars right here. And when you see these green bars, this is called God mode. And what we want to see is at this point, after God mode comes off, this is the 3-minute chart, as you can see right here. After this alert is fired, so if it's fired on right here, this big green candle, we want to see confluence for how often, if we took a long at these green bars, it would have resulted in a profitable trade. And we're going to go in reverse chronological order, so we're going to go backwards, and then when I see it, I'll pause for a second. So here, this would have been a God mode alert to buy, but it clearly would have resulted in a big drop. Now, for crypto trading, there's definitely elements of confluence, and so this red bar here is representing negative money flow, as you can also see by this red line on this version of market cipher B. So as far as a confluence of trading signals, we want to develop an algorithm, and this is quick research for visually backtesting the algorithm based on your multimodal fabulous capabilities. And I appreciate suggestions for potential for higher time frames. Right now, we just want to test the 3-minute. So I'd like you both to track and analyze the data. Now, these blue waves are momentum waves. This line right here that's pink that turns green is the RSI. And these are combinations of momentum waves and other things. This is faster. The yellow and purple ones are slower ones. And this red and green changing line is a squiggly Fibonacci line, and these 5 zones here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kind of behave like the RSI, meaning if they're lower and there's a potential buy signal where the blue line and blue momentum lines are going up, and the blue line is above the yellow and purple line, ideally blue above purple above yellow, it indicates an ideal long, and then the opposite of that, yellow on top, right here, yellow and then purple and then blue, a good short. So yellow, purple, blue right here would have been a great short, even though there's a green God mode indicator, and indeed, this is what's called a perfect Joule signal, actually right around here. Ignoring the fib for a second, although the fib is red, so that's a sell, so that's a confluence for a Joule signal. So except for the God mode green bars here, these are all going down. This is from a possible bullish reversal zone, and so as these are going down here, we see that there's a huge drop, and that drop happens when the cyan changes, this wave changes from cyan to white to blue. And white indicates a likely reversal in momentum, similar to how if these blue momentum waves on this market cipher B version cross from negative to positive, crossing the 0 line here. So we're just using this for confluence, and this green line here is a divergence line. You can ignore these dots. In fact, just to make it simpler for you, I'm going to get rid of them. There we go. Actually, I got rid of a couple of them. Let me see if I can delete them again. Divergence, buy and sell. Okay, I couldn't get rid of them that quickly, but that's no big deal. I trust your capability to assess data very well. So anyway, this was a strong sell signal. And then right here, right when this turned white, it started to drop, and then it started to turn blue over here, negative momentum wave, and we had this big drop in price. And then things shifted with this green bar here, this price going up here, and lo and behold, the blue turned to white before it turned cyan again, and it would have still been a good sell signal, and that's confluenced with the red Fibonacci and the red money flow, although the RSI is still pretty high. And this logic could apply to higher time frames as well. I'm just creating this to kind of teach you some stuff about this, which is a Joule indicator, and this we'll just call Market Cipher B, even though it's a knockoff, it's the same data pretty much. And I'd love your ultimate thoughts to help with algorithm creation. And time is in reverse chronological order, so you can crunch that as you would. So we're just interested in a lot of different things. Take screenshots whenever I pause here. So here we have a red God mode alert, and that God mode alert fired on this candle, and then boom, we got this big drop in price action. Sorry, unscheduled algo is not part of this. And support and resistance are not really part of this. Actually, that might be useful. Well, we kind of might want bigger levels, but just so you know what these red and blue bars are. So again, we have the red bar, vertical bar below, that's a God mode sell. The jewel has a yellow and then purple and then blue, indicating a great sell setup. And those kind of continue with the downward slope of these lines here. And then when the momentum and trend changes, it's quite interesting. We see confluence of a mild bullish divergence in momentum in Market Cipher B. And most importantly, we see a shift from blue to cyan and an upward curve here. And again, this is the fast-moving momentum wave curve here, signaling things are shifting up. Now, how is that different from here? Oops. Well, it isn't, technically. And we had a little bit of an upside move here, but how is it significantly different? Well, here you see the cyan crossed above the yellow wave here. And so these factors we all want to create into an algorithm. And when the blue cyan crossed above the yellow wave here, it started a move that kind of went to the upside for quite a bit. And then when did that shift? Well, that shifted here. Oops. And when it shifted here, hold on. There's a bit of a cross. This is when things were sideways and then down. When they were sideways and then down, we shifted structure where instead of the blue line was on top, the yellow line was on top. Instead of the blue line, all of them sloping up, they all started mostly, for the most part, sloping down. And then that slope down really continued, going down here. There's a bit of a reversal, temporarily, where the price was green, where these things were moving up, and Market Cipher B is primarily for confluence. We're mainly looking at the jewel and price action. So there's some foundational training for you. I'll just keep scrolling, and you can now gather some data based on that training and all the indicators and the price action and all that other info, just so you can build a bit of a working model relationship between indicator and price patterns on the 3-minute chart for Bitcoin. And then what I would like for you to do in your reply is please describe the strategy in plain English. And this bullwick and bearwick labels, these are from the support and resistance indicator from Lux Algo is the creator, Luxalgo. And so, I want you to describe it in plain English. And the green bar here and the red bar here, that's also the fib, maybe fib plus money flow, but this green bar here is money flow, this red bar here is money flow. That corresponds with the money flow lines here, I guess it's preference. And the white line here is VWAP, if you can process that amount of info, which I think you can. So I hope you're processing price here. Take as long as you need to think. And while you're explaining this in plain English, I also want you to be prepared to write code. As you're paying attention to the timestamps and the dates, this is December 2024 here, I want you to prepare to write code for a strategy in PineScript. Now, this jewel by MetaSignals, this is a premium indicator, but we can have it fire off signals. And those signals could potentially be fired off in the algorithm that you discover and reverse engineer through your analysis. Now, the goal of your short-term analysis, looking at about a week or so, whatever I get you of price action on this video, will go to creating algorithms that we will test together, and those algorithms will go into signals. So possible signals, we have possible alerts, we have the Joule, we have these different things. But the Joule right here, highlight at the bottom. What could we do? Well, we could do God mode, we could do fast, again, that's the turquoise, slow, which is the purple, high, which is the yellow, we got the fib green, fib red, and the other stuff you can just ignore. The God mode, again, as I said in the beginning, is those green and red vertical bars, and you should hopefully know trading view options for, conditions here, and then values. Again, it's Joule values, and so it could be, one of the algorithm options could be the fast crossing the slow, or it could be crossing up the slow, and all these would be once per bar close, etc. So how we would create this algorithm as you parallel process in your fabulous AI brain, analyzing some price action, is we draft a few basic permutations that we could then backtest, and then very easily backtest with different coins and different time frames, and then different conditions, and then hopefully do a few high-level possibilities based on what you can know and analyze here. And then eventually, through analyzing the performance in the strategy tester, I'm showing you this video on mobile. Of course, the final video will be on desktop. The strategy tester will be on desktop. We will get certain algorithms and share those algorithms, their performance with you. So you'll write the code for PineScript in the Pine editor and TradingView, and it's version 6, and you can look all that up. So if you have any questions, please reply with them. And as I go on in fatigue, because it's been a long day, I thank you for your good work. And we'll just go to the beginning of this last day here, so you can get the rest of that data. Okay, now we went to the 15th. It's about 8 days of information. Thank you very much.